Alright guys, I'm going to make a very serious video that I feel had to be made called penis size. If you don't use it, you lose it. Now, I think this is a very serious subject. I'm not trying to be funny or make stupid things to talk about. This is legit something I think is very important to guys, to me, to everyone that's a guy. Penis size, if you don't use it, you lose it. And a lot of people think it's a myth and that's fake, but it's actually true. It's very, very true. So if you don't use your penis, you lose it. And what I mean by that is that at some point, if you're not using your penis, you're going to lose your size and you're going to lose your rigidity. So you may not be as hard. You're definitely not going to be as big. And that's a fact. It's not my opinion. It's a proven fact. So if you're not having sex often, you're probably not going to stay big and you're probably going to lose some size. Another thing is another way around that is to just jack off every day or jack off every other day. So that you can keep your penis size big, hard, or as big as you are, and keep it up and it keeps staying hard. So before, this was a while back, I was one of them guys who tried to stay abstinent. Like I didn't want to have sex. I don't know, like maybe 2 or 3 years without ever having sex. I jacked off, but sometimes I didn't, so I can go months without jacking off. It's even more important. This is not really sex that matters, it's whether you use your dick. And by that I mean jacking off. So I went months without doing it, trying to be a Puritan and trying to be like, well, I got intense focus because I don't have to jack off. So I was thinking in my frame of mind that if you don't jack off, you're really tough, you are avoiding earthly things, and you're very disciplined, and you can do cool stuff and all that exercise and all this other shit. Still exercise and all that. Just got into a resurgence of it, and that's great. But it's not a replacement for sex. I'm not going to exercise as a replacement for sex. I'm not going to give up something really amazing and wonderful for exercise, which is cool, but it's not sex, and it's not masturbation. It's not that damn good. Anyways, so I went months without it, and then when I finally did decide to jack off, I went months without jacking off, and when I did jack off, my dick looked way smaller, and I didn't understand why. I didn't know why my dick was a lot smaller, but it was. It was a little bit shorter, it was a lot less rigid, and it wasn't full anymore. So I kept thinking about this, and I'll jack off, and then days later, after jacking off for a few days in a row, it was like full-sized again. But I had to jack off all day for days, and I was taking pleasure in it, and I was like, fuck it, let's just jack off, watch porn and jack off all day. And it was the right thing to do. So come to find out years later, or like a year ago recently, that a doctor was saying if you don't use it, you lose it. And what they mean is by not jacking off, you're cutting off blood supply to your penis. Your penis needs blood in it to feed it nutrition like vitamins, minerals, nutrients, all that shit. All the nutrients your dick gets, it's from your blood. The full, girthy, big size you get is from using it repeatedly. It's from jacking off consistently. You want to jack off a lot and your dick is used a lot, then it knows that it needs to be at its best, If you're constantly busting a nut, having your dick jacked off and nutting, well, your body knows that it has to be used. So it makes it as thick and as big and as desirable as possible, and the blood's circulating through it, kind of like when you work out your arms and your legs and your muscles. Well, the more you work out, the more of a pump you get and the bigger they get naturally. And whenever you exercise, it just gets bigger, like it's more fuller, robust, because it needs to be. It really needs to be bigger to fulfill its duties. And everyone knows that evolution made it so that your dick is supposed to be big compared to other primates, whatever you want to call that shit, monkeys and all that. Humans got the biggest dicks, bigger than gorillas and all that, because it's considered a valuable trait to have a big dick, or compared to other animals, like primates or whatever you want to call it. And I'm not a fucking doctor or scientist or any specialist or anything. So my terminology may be fucked up in the way I explain things, because sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but when it comes to this, I got the gist of it. So basically, humans got bigger dicks than other monkeys. And the reason why is because it's more desirable, and it's for it to be more desirable, you gotta use the motherfucker and jack off a lot. So this doctor was like, well, yeah, if you don't fucking jack off, then the fucking blood supply Oxygen, all that shit's not going in your dick in high enough quantities. Yeah, you're getting all that shit just so it doesn't get cut off in the circulation and it dies out. But I mean, you're not getting the quantities it needs to thrive, to be fucking robust and big and hard. So what you want to do is jack off. I mean, if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you're not using that dick and making it work and putting blood through it, then the motherfucker just shrivels up and gets smaller. And yeah, you can get it back at some point, hopefully, full size. But it will get smaller. This doctor said it does get smaller. And it does go through atrophy, which is when you don't use something, it just fucking shrivels up because it's not of any use to your body. If you don't put an emphasis on any body part, then it shrivels up. If you don't work out your arms, they shrivel up and get skinny. If you don't work out your legs, they shrivel up and get skinny. If you don't work out your chest, your back, any part of your muscle, any part of your body, your brain, it can atrophy. Everything you are atrophies. If you were to leave your eyes closed forever and try to open them, you'd fucking be like you're blind, you know? If you were in a coma and you open them for the first time, shit would look fucked up. I mean, if you don't use your ears, they'd atrophy too. Every part of your body can atrophy, and that's no different from for your dick. And I'm not saying this to be funny or fucking idiot, but I value sex, and I think it's very important. I think it's important for everyone to know this, that if you don't use your fucking dick by jacking off because you're trying to be a Puritan, or be a good guy, or be disciplined because you're a martial artist, or a fucking bodybuilder, and you believe that you can do without sex, and you're better than everybody, that's cool. You get a brownie point for that, you really do. But you're also going to have a small dick, so you pick whatever's more important for me. I like having my dick pretty big. It's not the biggest, but it's big enough for me, for my little frame. So, I mean, just keep that in mind. I mean, I think that's something that's very important to look into. And I really want you guys to Google this shit because it's real. And I don't want you to think I'm making shit up and lying to you on these videos because that's not what I'm about. I don't want to make shit up when I put videos up. I like people to talk to me about it and, you know, just let me know what they think about it and say, yeah, that shit was real. All these fucking videos you did to tell me about, all that shit was real. And as stupid as these videos are and as small as they are in a small time, they actually fucking made a difference. And I started jacking off every day. My dick's big and I'm more sexual and I fuck girls better and I enjoy it more. And that's what it's really about. And the reason why I decided to make this, because I had a friend recently, and he's a Christian or some shit, Christian or Catholic, but I think it's more Christian, and he's talking about the Bible this, the Bible that, and this guy just became a Bible thumper like it's been like a year now, almost a year, and he's talking about, dude, I've gone fucking 4 or 5 months without jacking off. I'm like, really? It's fucking awesome, man. He's like, yeah. He goes, I don't need that, man. He goes, I feel like sex is like a addiction, and it's like a curse, and it's bad for you. He goes, you know, I can go 4 or 5 months without jacking off and then do it just to release some stress here and there, you know, 4 or 5 months later. He goes, if I got a girl, yeah, I'll fuck her. We can have sex. But I'm not going to jack off because it's just a distraction. It's against God. And I looked at him and I said, well, so you're saying you're going to fuck after 4 months you jack off, so it's okay every once in a while. Everybody's got their own interpretation of the Bible. I'm not going to get into that. They all make their own shit up. Like, everyone looks at the Bible and just makes up their own rules of what it says. No one follows the Bible. Everyone just looks at their Bible and interprets it the way they want to interpret it, so it's all bullshit. But that's not about what this video is about. Anyways, he was telling me all this shit about that religion and why he doesn't jack off and how he feels great because, you know, he's got amazing discipline now because he don't have to jack off. And I said, oh, okay. Well, man, you know your dick's gonna get small, right? It's smaller and shit. He's like, what? What do you mean? I said, well, if you're not using your dick, you're gonna fucking lose the size and you're gonna lose the rigidity and you're gonna lose the girth and the length and everything. It's gonna fucking be noticeable because I noticed when my dick shrunk. It's very fucking noticeable. So he was like, I was like, are you fucking serious? There's no fucking way that's true. I said, yeah, it's fucking definitely true. If you don't use it, it atrophies just like any other body part. I mean, just think about it. It's just a body part. It's nothing special. It's nothing amazing. It's a part of your fucking body. And all the body applies to the same, where if you don't use it, you fucking lose it if it's an organ. So he's like, are you serious? Man, yeah. So he started listening, and he couldn't believe what the fuck I told him. His mind was blown. So he's like, you're telling me this whole time I've not been jacking off. It's actually been hurting me. I want to say hurting you, but the motherfuckers, you're not going to be having a strong dick, big dick. It's going to shrink. It's going to be a noticeable shrinkage when you try to use it. So he was like mind blown. He was like, are you fucking, dude, I'm going to have to go home and Google this. I said, go fucking Google it. I promise you. I fucking promise you. If you do not lose your dick, if you do not use your dick, you will lose the size, the rigidity, which is the hardness, everything will get shorter and less girthy, less fat. You'll fucking lose it, dude. So I want everyone to be aware of that shit. You want to use your dick. And that fucking changed his mind and opened up his eyes to how important it is to be able to satisfy your girlfriend or whatever. And anyways, I think that's very important to talk about, and it's not necessarily that you gotta have sex. It's more that you gotta jack off a lot. And for me, jacking off a lot puts my dick to better use than always just having sex. I mean, I would have sex with a lot of girls if I could, but there's an opportunity to fuck different girls isn't always there. If you have a girlfriend, you can fuck the same one all the time, but you might get bored of that. That's gonna be a different video. Or maybe I already made that one, I don't know. But yeah, fucking the same person, yeah, you can get bored. And I don't want to say bored's the right word, but you won't be as enthusiastic as when you fucking your girl. And that's another biology thing that we're all programmed to do. We gotta fuck something new all the time. Even if she's not pretty or you just want to fuck her. That's another video. Anyways, like I was saying, you definitely gotta jack off a lot. And I think that's the key for me, is to visualize or jack off. And then at some point I gotta jack off. Even if I visualize my kinks and the shit that turns me on, I constantly visualize it because it keeps me in a state of arousal, semi-arousal, where I can, go off and on. I'm turning the switch off and on, right away. But also it requires focus, and jacking off is what tops it off, and I gotta for sure bust a nut when I jack off. Yeah, you can jack off and not nut, and that's also cool. I mean, I'm talking about itching. I'm just talking about some people would jack off just to relax, but they won't nut at the end. That's also cool. Me personally, I like to nut at the end when I jack off. And the reason why is because that gives you your maximum girth and maximum strength of your dick. When you explode, it's called bricking. I'm sure you all heard of it, tip slang. Your dick will get slightly bigger and slightly fatter and longer when you come. Everyone probably knows that. You shoot your fucking load and it just bricks and gets extremely hard, and it tops out its maximum bigness. It'll just go poof and explode. I should do another video on that, of the times I bricked and it hurt me, because it really has hurt me before. Because I was nutted so hard that it barely came out and the hole on my dick closed, but that's another video. But anyways, like I'm saying, jacking off is the key. Watching porn can be the key if you don't get addicted, and it can be bad for you. But porn can definitely be a valuable tool. And even better, having a girl and banging them whenever you can is very good, with a condom. It'll help your dick get bigger. But I like to jack off and nut a lot because it lets me visualize for when I fuck a girl, I'm already ready. So for me personally, it depends if I'm in a relationship or not, or if I'm in like a rutting time or not, where I'm fucking a lot of girls. If I don't plan on fucking a lot of girls, I'll jack off a lot. And the reason why is because if I have girls that I'm gonna fuck, I don't want to keep nutting every day, because I won't be able to fuck when it comes time to fuck a girl. My dick won't be as horny and I won't be as motivated to fuck. So if I have the shot of fucking some girls, like I know for sure I'm gonna be able to fuck a girl tomorrow or the day after or whatever, and I'm talking to them and they're gonna let me fuck at some point, and you can just sense that, which there's nothing wrong with. I still, respect other girls. I like that they like to fuck. It makes me like them a lot. Well then, I won't jack off a lot, because if I do that, then I'm gonna nut, and then I'm not gonna really be that horny when I fuck them, and it's not gonna be that fun. So when I'm not gonna fucking fuck a lot of girls, and I go like a month without going after girls and I'm just doing my own thing, then I will jack off a lot. And I go to this thing where I go like 2 or 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 days of jacking off all fucking day. I'm off of work or when I get home. Not literally all day, but like 2 or 3 hours straight, just busting nut after nut after nut, watching porn. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not kidding, and that shit will help you. It'll make your dick extra sensitive but don't just jack off and nut. I promise you that's not gonna do shit. The goal is not to jack off and nut. The goal is to think about the number 1 thing, or the number 2 or the number 3 thing to get you hard and aroused, and nut to that. Think about the thing that turns you on the most and bust a nut to that. That's what makes your dick hard, big, and it makes you more sensitive, and it makes you feel everything more orgasmic and amazing. For some guys, that's smelling a girl's feet, smelling her vagina, smelling her ass, her butt, smelling her mouth, smelling her armpits, or just, maybe that's just me, but for some guys, it's all kinds of shit. They like watching girls take fists. Some guys like peeing in girls' mouths, or that turns them on the most. Some guys like when girls pee on their mouth, that turns them on the most. You don't know what it is. They're like double penetration. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, what anyone wants to judge you. It doesn't really matter. Do what the fuck turns you on. Or think about what the fuck turns you on when you come. Because that's how you're going to achieve the best orgasm. You're going to get the fullest size. And that's what it's really about for me. It's about doing the thing that turns you on the most and picturing it when you fuck or when you jack off. Don't just jack off to fucking nut. Because that nut's going to be lame, it's going to be boring, and your dick's not going to get the full girth and arousal. If you're not aroused, your dick's based on arousal. Then it won't fucking work. We're not girls, so we can just sit there and nut, and it feels, they're just like, whatever, I don't give a fuck, I'm not horny. We're guys, so we gotta do what turns us on and really try. I mean, girls too, I'm not trying to be biased, I'm just saying that for guys it's different because you gotta get hard. They can just lay there and spread their legs and get fucked, but guys gotta actually fuck. Their shit has to actually work. So, I mean, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say, and I hope you guys listen to this. Maybe I can get some comments. If not, don't really comment. I really don't give a shit. You don't have to comment. I just prefer that you actually take my advice. Again, I'm not a fucking doctor or any of that shit, so don't do it if it's unsafe. Yada 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 yada. Y'all know the drill. You're an adult. Y'all fucking make your own decisions and do how the fuck you're supposed to do. Either way, just keep that in mind. If you don't fucking use it, you will lose it. And my plan, as usual, I jack off every day or every other day. So, it's every day or every other day. So that's what I just recommend. You know, jack off at least once a day or every other day. Bust a nut. Make sure you're using your dick if you want it to function properly. And if you have any questions or any shit, y'all can always ask. But you know who knows more about me than all this shit? Google. Y'all got fucking Google. I just bring up topics and talk about them. Y'all research the motherfuckers and you find out the truth yourself. I can't answer all this shit for you. I find all this shit off Google or fucking someone on a fucking podcast or someone tells me, then I research it. So that's the best way to do it. So y'all just let me know what y'all think, and yeah, get out there and try this shit if you're into it. And just remember this shit. If you don't use it, you're gonna fucking lose it. Alright, appreciate it.